Caitlin, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a few minutes since your fight. How are you feeling?
I feel really good. I'm happy that I won. My coach is happy. I think the Bills are up, so he wanted me to get the finish so we could get to the game earlier. But I think he's still happy with the win.
Yeah, you guys went to war. Was that what you expected?
I don't really ever put expectations on the fight. I always expect to win. But yeah, it was definitely a scrap. But I'm happy with my performance and how I did.
Comparing this fight to the last one, what was the main differences that you felt in there?
I think the last time I played more of a just kind of like a point striker movement fight, which I love. That's my favorite style. I think this was I was able to showcase a little bit other things I have in my game, just power, takedowns, jujitsu. The different things that I've always been able to do. I didn't just start doing it, but I was able to show confidence in switching things up a little bit and showing that I'm still evolving as a fighter.
The last time you beat Jennifer, you got a title shot. Are you feeling lucky?
I'm sorry?
The last time you beat Jennifer, you got a title shot. Are you feeling lucky?
I don't know. We'll see. This was my last fight on my contract, so I think the UFC needs to resign me before I think about that. I mean, I'm on I think a 3-fight win streak, all top 5 opponents, so I would hope they resign me. They didn't want to extend my contract before this fight, so hopefully I proved that I belong here. I'm number 2 in the division. I've been number 2, number 1 for like 3 or 4 years since the division started. I have as many wins as Valentina. I've beaten probably more top 10 fighters than any other fighter in the UFC, male or female. This was my 14th UFC fight. I think all but 2, maybe 3 were all top 10 opponents. So I think I earned my spot here in the UFC. So hopefully I get that call next week.
Yeah, so instead of looking forward to another fight, you're hoping just to get a new contract.
Yeah, I mean, I would just hope that I'm still a UFC fighter after this performance.
Awesome. And I guess looking past, you said on Wednesday that you're down to fight down the ranking, but the UFC won't match you up. I mean, is that the mindset still after this fight?
Yeah, I've always been, I'll fight whoever. I think most fighters are like, oh, I refuse to fight anyone below me. I'm like, give me the lowest person. I mean, I don't really care. I just want to stay active. I train all the time. If I'm not fighting, I'm not getting paid. I love training. I'm doing it all the time. So if I'm training, I wanna compete and stay active. So I'll fight anyone. I don't care.
The UFC goes to New York in April, May. Do you want to be on that card?
Absolutely. I live in New York now. Right there, super close. I love it. I would love to fight there.
And then finally for me, what's the rest of your night looking like?
I'm really happy. My parents and my family, they actually came to Vegas for the fight. They weren't able to come in, because it's at Apex, but they came all the way from Pennsylvania just to sit somewhere else at a bar and watch me. So, that's really special to me. So I'm going to go meet up with them and grab a steak.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I apologize if I misheard or misunderstood it. So you said that the UFC didn't accept the contract thing, so you actually tried to already talk with them about renewing before you went in this fight, and they either said no about the current one or...
Well, I had one. This was my last fight on my contract, and usually when you have one more, they renegotiate your contract. But so when they offered this fight, I was like, oh, I'm up for renegotiation for a new contract, and they were like, oh no, we want you to fight this fight out. So that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to cut me, but it's usually not good news. So I don't know. I think, but hopefully with this performance, I think, I would like to think that they want to keep me. I want to stay here. So hopefully I prove that tonight.
Does that make it tough going in? I mean, I know you have an opponent in front of you that you obviously want to stay focused on, but is it hard to try to put that outside of the brain going into a fight?
I think the first time I heard it, I was a little shocked. Yeah. And, like I said, being number 2, before that I was coming off of two fight win streaks. I beat I don't know what ranks they are, but number 2, 3, 4, 5. I beat most girls that are in the top 10 already with dominant performances. So I thought it was just kind of a given. So I think for a day I was thrown back a little bit, but then it's whatever, you got to fight, just focus on the fight. And I was confident, I knew I'd win. So I was just whatever, if I get a dominant performance and I have, coming off a 3-fight win streak going into the next contract instead of a 2-fight. So it just was a little bit more motivation, but yeah.
Obviously, goal, I know the dream is always to stay in the UFC. I know everybody wants to stay in the UFC and they want to finish out their careers in the UFC. Say the UFC doesn't come at the door. I mean, are you open to go to a Bellator, PFL, anybody at this point?
I mean, I'm a fighter. I'll keep fighting no matter what. But yeah, I want to stay in the UFC for sure.
Awesome. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
What does your year look like if they do re-sign you? Where, do you have opponents in mind? I know you were saying you'll fight anybody, but when do you want to come back? Who is a dream opponent?
When I heard Misha Tate wanted to come to 125, I'm super interested in that just because, I've watched her since I started MMA. I have a lot of respect for her, and it's a new top girl in the division, so of course I'm interested. But I saw she just got matched up, so I definitely don't want to wait until then. I would prefer to get another fight and then maybe fight her later. So just to stay as active as possible, I'll fight anyone as long as I like to stay busy.
Thank you.
Yep. Good. Thank you.